Alright, we're going to see how this works. I'm going to try and make the world's most horrible instructional video. Anyway, I got a Yeti 20-ounce Rambler travel mug here with what they call the Stronghold lid, which has raised quite an eyebrow with people being not able to put it back together correctly, as was I when I first took it apart and washed it. So no harm in that. Everybody, the first thing we do is not read the instructions and think we know everything, and that's wherein lies the problem. But anyhow, I'm going to show you how to take this apart to the best of my ability, which is not very high standard anyway, and put it back together, because people have problems with this lining up with the handle, or to drink right or left-handed. As you see here, it's on for left-handed, which would be me, or you can turn it and get it straight out the front. It goes on 4 different ways. Right-handed, or you can even, for some reason, if you have really long lips or something, you can put it back that way and drink out of it this way, but that seems kind of uncomfortable to me, but who am I to judge? Anywho, what we got here, lighting may not be the greatest. I don't know if I can tip it. No, that's not helping. This is just a magnetic clip. All you got to do, basically, get your fingernail under that, pull that Yeti top off. That's the magnetic one. This part down in here, simply flip it over. That slides back and forth. Just turn it 90 degrees and pull it right out. There's fingers on there. There's grooves that'll grip in. And then you take, there's a gasket on here. That whole gasket comes off. And there you go. Now you can clean all that. Now this part here, the gasket, peels right off. Now you're all ready to clean everything, wash everything, throw it in the dishwasher or whatever. Now to reassemble it, the problem that people get is this gasket is tricky. If you look, this side has a groove in it. This side is completely flat. If you install this wrong, this will not go back on, and you'll end up putting it on, and this is why people get it where they go to put it and line it up straight with how they would drink, and it only goes yay far. And that is the problem. If this gasket is installed the wrong way, and it's going to be kind of hard to see here, hopefully it's not, but there's a groove in this one side of the gasket, the other side of the gasket is completely flat. The flat end goes towards the top, the grooved end out the bottom. The grooved end basically is the end that goes on the mug. So you do not want your flat facing out this way towards me. You want the groove facing towards me. And it's a little tricky, but not bad. It just needs to be stretched on. And when they're good and dry, it's easy to do. But you want to make sure you get that groove. That's the grooved end. And it fits all the way back in that ring. There's a groove around the... That has to fit all the way back in. That groove has nothing to do with anything sealing around the outside of the groove in the lid. You want to give it some... Just tweak it in there so it fits right back in nice and proper. It's a little tricky when, like I said, when it's dry. And there, you're done with that gasket. Now, putting your other gasket back on, put it over your end with the hole. Then this just, tricky again. But this just slides around. There's a groove around that. So there's your gasket back on that. Then from the bottom, drop this down through at a 90-degree angle. You'll see that the slots are And then when you turn it, it's hard for me to do with the phone here, but when you turn it, then it'll be loose back in there. But that's okay. Then all you do is take your Yeti, the one with the Yeti written on it. This, like I said, will be loose in here. Just make sure it's grooved and not falling out, and just let that pop back in on its own. It's a magnet. You don't even have to even try. Just can do it wherever you have this. Slaps right on. And you're ready to go. And another thing people have a problem is they try to open this and they can't open it. You have to gently push down just a little bit and slide back. This latches, so it will slide shut without pushing on it. But to open it, like the mag slider lid, that can slide back and forth with no pressure down. This one actually locks, and then you're all ready to go back on. And you notice I'm completely square with the handle. There's no, just to show you, if I honestly do this for you guys, if I put this on backwards, if I take this gasket off and put it on backwards, which is what I did the first time, because like anybody, it's never my fault. It's Yetis and they're idiots and this and that. I didn't read the instructions, but now it'll fit down in. But that's as far as I can get it, and you notice how it's off. I can't tighten it anymore. I can, but I'm gonna really work at it. So anybody that's having problems with this lid, don't just bite the bullet and say, oh, I might have done something wrong, because a lot of them, I see reviews where the lid doesn't fit and they can't line it up and it's junk, and this, it's not junk. It worked when you got it. So put your gasket on right, and you got it. Right there, it's perfectly in line. So hope that helps anybody that's having trouble with it.